these are the people, if we had in Africa, we will not give trouble to much. Because the small they have, they give to their community. I'm so proud of this too. I'm so proud of them. And the Cameroonian community is proud of them. We might be on the rating of this community might be on the rating of 2 on 10. But believe me, in 2 years' time, these people and others in the community will be 8 on 10 for people have to learn. Thank you. All right. In my country, when I was told I'm going to be the principal of my school, I panicked because it's difficult to see different people. I come to Canada, in Calgary. Then I get a phone call from Mr. Atabe. Can you meet at my place tomorrow? Because we have someone from upstairs that will be coming to be with us. An aspiring Prime Minister, an aspiring Premier, someone who, in the shortest possible time, will send Mr. Jesse Kelly home. Come now, please. To talk to us, take our voice, give us what we are needing, what we need in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, rub your hands together and welcome Mrs. Rajan Sawhney. Here is Mrs. Rajan Sawhney. We are staring at the future review. And she came here to talk to us to know what is cooking, what we want, and how we want to win, and how we want to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, I give the floor
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, and good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Rajan Sawhney, as was just mentioned, and I'm so thrilled to be here today. Finally, I'm at a party. Yes! And thank you to Linda and Joseph for hosting me this evening and for having this fine gathering of fine people. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am the MLA for Calgary Northeast. So if you live, if you live in Skyview, Cityscape, Cornerstone, Coventry, Harvest Hill, Redstone, then I'm your MLA. Does anybody know? So I was elected in 2019. But before I tell you the story of my political life, I'm going to tell you my story. Because it's important for you to know who I am, where I come from, and what my values are. My mom and dad immigrated from India in 1969. From Punjab. I was born in 1971. You can all do math, now you know how old I am. In the 70s, and I can tell you it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy time. Alberta was a very different place. We were the only colored family within blocks and blocks and blocks. So when I was a young child, as young as these two little boys here, every single day I experienced racism. Every single day. can't be this. You stink like her, you're like this, you're like that, and you don't belong in this country. I tell you this because these are my early experiences, and as I grew up, I became more and more determined to be the best at everything, to be the best athlete, to be the best student, to be the best daughter. So I can demonstrate to the world that I belong. And not only do I belong, I'm going to excel and I'm going to show the world what we can do, especially as a colored woman. So I went to the University of Calgary and I finished my degree in economics and political science. And I met the love of my life, Mr. Rajan Sawhney, who's right over there. He's a phenomenal man, and we were a very young power couple, and he went and he did his MBA, and then after he finished his MBA, I did my MBA, and together we have 4 beautiful children. And 2 of them are here, they're my twins, they're 12 years old, Nishan and Amani, can you wave? I worked in the oil and gas industry for more than 23 years. I worked as a business development economist in a variety of different roles, and I worked for companies like Northern Energy, Anadarko, Union Pacific, CNRL, the Alberta Energy Regulator, Vermilion Energy. Is there anybody in here who's from the energy industry, from the oil and gas industry? Hallelujah! I have more experience than anybody in government in the energy space. So that is my background. I also have an extensive volunteerism background where I've worked with a lot of women and vulnerable youth. But I got into politics because I wanted to serve my community. And there are a number of different reasons. My children, my oldest daughter is 26 years old. She's a reservoir engineer working in energy. She said to me one day, Mom, I don't want to live in Alberta. I don't see any opportunities for me here in this province. And of course, I was crushed. She was working out in Albania, and I went to visit her. And I also saw a pipeline being built all the way from Azerbaijan, through Greece, through Albania, through Italy, the Trans-Adriatic pipeline. And I thought, why can't we build that in Canada? So that's why I got into politics, because I wanted to serve. Now fast forward to 2019, when I was running in my nomination, people said to me, no, you can't do this, you don't have what it takes. And I said, just watch me. I outworked all of the competitors, just like us women do. We always have to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard, 4 times as hard, but this is how we get ahead. And then I became a Minister of Community and Social Services. It is through that portfolio that I met my wonderful Constituency Association President, Ms. Sumita Anand. Please wait. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It is through Sumita that I met Brian, who's here somewhere too. There he is. Well, let's keep talking. So when I was in that ministry, there were a number of things that were happening at that time, especially once COVID had set in. Everybody remembers the early days of COVID, how we had anti-Asian hate, how the Canadian Chinese community was targeted. At the same time, the Ethiopian community was targeted because they had an outbreak of COVID. All of a sudden, the ugly face of racism was rising to the surface. And that is when I stepped in and began meeting with many, many cultural communities across the province. And I think that's when I met Belinda, maybe for the first time, and maybe some of you for the first time. Because I was deeply concerned about the disproportionate impact of COVID on some of our ethnocultural communities. So that is one of the reasons why I reached out, and I put in place a number of supports related to COVID relief at that time. On Black History Month, on 2020, I also created the very first Black Collaborative Collective here in Calgary. And that was done in response to the fact that our communities, I'm not just talking about the Black community, but the South Asian community, we never get the government grants. Never. So I said, thank you. I said, I'm going to change that. I'm going to introduce more equity into the granting system because the face of Alberta is changing. So I created this collaborative, and there are a number of people in here who are part of this collaborative, just to make sure that we got our foot in the door. So yes. Now that the foot is in the door, we're going to walk right through. So that was some of the work that I did in community and social services, and then I was promoted to the as the Minister of Transportation. And I did a lot of work on our highways, our bridges. We announced the Springbank Reservoir Dam as well earlier this year. I'm very proud of the work that I did in that portfolio, particularly as it relates to truckers. Now I'm getting to the fun part. On June 13th, about a month after Premier Kenney had decided that he was going to leave, I resigned as the Minister of Transportation, and I put my name in the hat to run for the leader of the United Conservative Party and to be the Premier of Alberta. And I just want you all to know that as a candidate, I have everything it takes to be a strong leader. I've been fighting my whole life. I've been working twice as hard, 3 times as hard, 4 times as hard my whole life. I have more education than any of the other folks. We all value education totally. This is why we come to Canada so we can create a brighter future for our children. I have held 2 significant portfolios in government. In government, nobody else that is on that lineup of contenders has had the experience. Jason Kenney always said I was the smartest person in the caucus. Take all these very difficult portfolios, and you never saw my name in the news because I blew something up. I actually performed well, and I delivered what I was expected to do, what I had sworn to do to Albertans, which was to provide the best service possible to Albertans. And as a woman of color, I also understand all of the intricacies and the complexities that we all face in society. There are barriers, there are hurdles, even now. I grew up with them, and I've seen them. And my goal, when I become Premier, is to open those doors, smash those hurdles, create those pathways for all of us, for our children, so that we can get to those levels that up until now have been denied to us. So that is what I commit to do, and that is what I'm going to do, and I need your help to get there. Now, I just want to say a couple of more things. Did anybody see the debate? Did anybody see the debate? Yes?
29th of July.
That's right. We had a debate with all of the contenders, and people didn't know me well, but they know me now because I demonstrated to everybody who's watching, that I have the skills to articulate a position, to fight for our rights, to go toe-to-toe with anybody in this province, to make sure that we are following the right path and we are doing the right things, that we're making sure Alberta is a great place to invest, a great place to raise our children, that we have a world-class healthcare system, and that we are going to move forward. So for all of you who saw that debate, you saw that I'm a fighter, and I'm not going to back down. No one is going to stop me. So I do need your support, everyone, and in order to support me, you do need to buy a membership. That's how it works with these things. So please pick up a membership. Please spread the word. Tell everybody about me. I have extensive articles I've written on LinkedIn. Look me up. Google me. There's so much more to me believe in what I'm going to say today, but I'm deeply honored and deeply humbled to be here tonight. Now I'm going to hand the mic over to my dear husband, who will take over for a second. Before we do that, please give a hand to my wonderful team here.
My name is Rajan Sawhney. My name before Rajan became a politician used to be Gertrude. She said a lot of things about herself. You know, one of the most important reasons Rajan and I are in this election is in front of you. We are doing this for our next generation. So the hurdle we have never faced, they will face. So this is why we are doing this and we want your support. Thank you. You guys are amazing. This is my group. We have my group right here. Take a photo with Rajan. Half of them ran away. Thank you. All of you get that photo with me. Take a photo.
Awesome.
Go get a photo, Rajan.
The little girls, come ahead. Come. Make it you, sweetheart. Come over here.
These are the leaders of tomorrow. We are almost out of the game. Any kids out there?
Thank you, everybody. You're all so adorable. And so cute.
Any more kids back there? Thank you so much. It's our pleasure.
We have comments.
Announcement that we not take it away from your event. We are looking for volunteers during the campaign. So anybody who wants to sort of help out for door knocking in the office, we'd like to get involved. We want to show to the rest of Alberta that we are all together. And that's why we will do with all different communities coming together to volunteer. Those who like to volunteer, please let me know. I can take your names down. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I will plead with everyone to rub their hands together and give a heavy round of applause for our president. Our Prime Minister candidate are aspiring to lead this community. They have lots of questions for you.
Yes, I would love to answer.
I will plead that you stay with us and then we'll call some, if not all, to express their concerns. I will start with my brother right here. Are you ready? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I fully appreciate you ask. But I have something to say to substantiate what Rajan said. I was beginning by paying homage to Joe and Lisa for giving us the opportunity to meet Rajan. But I want to also make it clear that the field currently gives us the real thinking power. The political geography of Alberta gives our community the real power. Rajan mentioned that in fact, she said she created a community of Africans. Maybe you don't know, I'm a board member of the Calgary Community Connect. It is a force never seen in this province, bringing all the black communities together. So I wish to encourage all cultural associations to register with the Calgary African Community Collective. And as she mentioned clearly, that is a powerhouse for us to be able to access grants. She speaks reservedly, and it is my honor to make clear that during her tenure as Minister of Multiculturalism and Women's, she actually championed the founding of grassroots associations, never seen in nation. So she, all of us, she bypassed cultural brokers and went directly to those who do the job, giving opportunities to every registered cultural association to benefit, because we are the people doing the job. I have registered as a volunteer for a while, and I call on everyone to join the team. As I said, it is our opportunity. Again, the Calgary African Community Collective is an open platform for everyone. It is through our hard work that we have secured a place. We have an office, and I'll provide an address to every leader of every cultural association in our community. But my appeal is, this is our moment, and she has done a lot. She's spoken very well about that. You can write about what she's done for our community. So I want to appeal. I just want to substantiate some of her statements. And I want us to join her in this journey so that we can make her the next premier. I'm sure Belinda will have a lot to say in her interactions with Rajan. If Zita was here, Zita will have a lot to say. I'm talking about people from our Cameroonian community. If you want to talk to Nigerians, they have a lot. If you want to talk to Ghanaians, they have a lot. But I want to concentrate here. Please let us take the opportunity. We have what it takes, and she is open to receive us. In politics, I don't say what do you have for me? That's my question. My question is, what do you have? I don't care who you are, but I am talking about what she has and what I have experienced and what she has given us. And I am assured that she has more to give us. I have sent out a link to some people to register. There are forms here. I will discover the forms. I would rather let you use the link. I'll give you the forms to hold, but I'll still send you the link. Please register, have a membership so that you can vote. If we stay here and we only listen to her and we clap, it doesn't do anything. Register, vote.